Yes, Murli Manohar. It's a wonderful journey. It's not a thing, half an hour, 1 hour lesson. It's like that entire your life experiences. It's a fantastic, and I hope the entire information will be useful to many people also. Yeah. So you might be so much happy, right? Because you are connecting with a new talent regularly with most because VIT is a place where all intellectuals will be there. It can be like a faculty point of view. It can be like the students' point of view. So, how is your experience in dealing with those different talents? So, at the initial day, for example, you start 1994 when you joined at that time. How is the students and all? And if you compare that recent, maybe 4 years back, how the trend is there? I mean, can you just correlate and how, in students' perspective, can you just speak few things about that?
Yeah. In
Yeah.
94, when I joined, I was barely 25 years old. In fact, when I went there with formal wear, with a tie and suit, many thought that I am also a part of the class. But I went and sat on the opposite side as a faculty. So some of them are actually 1 or 2 years older than me. They were coming with 2, 3 years, 5 years of experience in the industry, and that was one interesting part.
Hello friends, good morning and good evening everyone. Your ALP here. Today I am here with Dr. Murli Manohar with us. He is working with VIT Vellore Institute of Technology, and he has around 32 years of overall experience, and he is the main person for business school, MBA and MCA programs in the VIT, and he has vast experience in building the business school and the whatever the entrance examinations we have for new joiners or newcomers. So he has very good role in all the programs and everything, and he shared all his experiences, and he also worked as a lecturer and in Hyderabad for 4 or 5 years, and he is working with the VIT as a professor now. It's a wonderful journey, guys. I hope the journey is inspiring, and it will give better information to you. And he also talked a lot about VIT admission procedure and the different placements related, and other different aspects we discussed, and he also shared about the founder Mr. Vishwanathan, and yeah, it's good journey, guys. Keep watching.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, hello, good evening, Murli Manohar. How are you?
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, so warm welcome to our channel, ALP Talks. Happy to connect with you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Murli Manohar. So, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm also doing good. Thank you. Yeah, so thanks for accepting the invitation and being here for sharing your experiences and all. Yeah. So you are having almost 30 plus years of experience, right? In a teaching and
more than 32 years. Yeah, more than 32 years of experience.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. Okay, Murli Manohar. So before going to discuss a few our topics, so let's speak few things about yourself, who you are, your educational and professional background, and simultaneously we will discuss the different topics. Please proceed here. It's your turn.
Okay. Yeah. Hi. This is Dr. Murli, senior professor as a designation at VIT, Vellore Institute of Technology. I am associated with Vellore Institute of Technology since 1994 from their day zero of their business school.
Okay.
Okay. And before joining VIT, I had another 5 years of experience back home at Warangal and Hyderabad. And that was 3 years in teaching and 2 years in industry. Okay, so 27.5 years in Vellore now, as on today. So I've just finished my 27 years of experience at VIT on September 5th, 2021. Okay. So the same day as the Teachers' Day, I joined in Vellore VIT. At that time, it was known as Vellore Engineering College. Okay. And they were starting their first PG program called as MBA. And we were also asked to teach for MCA because that was also part of, major part of the courses are the management and IT related courses. So
Yeah.
I was asked to do that, and then I had an opportunity of going to Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, for doing a 1-year full-time program called as Faculty Development Program in Management, which is designed on the lines of their mentor called as Harvard Business School. It's called as International Teachers Program at Harvard.
Okay.
The same program was done by IIM Ahmedabad, and it was sponsored by the Ford Foundation. So I got the opportunity of getting this fellowship. 12 people were selected across Asia, and I was one among those, and I could able to get in there.
Okay.
Before joining with IIM Ahmedabad, I was in marketing and operations area. Then I moved into information systems. That's where I started working in that area, and in the last 30 years, I'm keep continuing to work in that area. So I'm more of a application, IT guy than coding. So I'm not into coding. Most of my scholars are into the same area.
Okay.
And after completing my stint at IIM Ahmedabad, you join with the PGP1 and graduate with the PGP2. And as part of the process, you have to also write a case study and then test that case in the class, in any one of the classes as per the the guidelines of your mentor. So I wrote a case on sugar makers bitterness. This was because as all of us are familiar, the farmer is the one who actually gets a lot of pain. We come across every day the news. I wrote this case probably around 25 years back now, or 20 years back. Still, it has a value. Whenever I go back to my alma mater, people say like, it's one of the most sought after case because sugar maker, the farmer actually gets the pill of the pinch of the bitterness, because he never gets the kind of profits, because the industry is ruled by a lot of parameters, like you can't sell your sugarcane elsewhere other than the location where you are your sugar mill is located. And the sugar mills are run by cooperatives. They can run well, but the government comes into picture or to control how much to produce, where to sell, all those issues. So that's where that case study was all about.
Okay.
And then I came out. I did my thesis in the area of application of networks in the large corporate organizations. So that was sponsored by the Industry Institute cell at Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. So it was a sponsored research project. And then I came back, and to my surprise, after 25 years, when I went for the Diamond Jubilee of Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, the librarian told me, sir, your work was published in Chartered Accountant, which is a journal published by the Institute of Chartered Accountants. Okay. So the thesis of mine is actually, that was my first publication, truly speaking.
Okay.
So I never did anything, but they came into IIM Ahmedabad. That's how most of the top institutions they do. So they picked up this thesis, and then they converted that as a article for their journal. So that was my first publication, and then I came back from Ahmedabad and continued to serve at VIT. I held a lot of positions in VIT. In between, I got in 2003 to 5, I got a UN assignment to go to Ethiopia under the UNDP charter. So my responsibility was establishing a BBA program in a University of Avasa, which was an Avasa Engineering Agriculture College converted into a university. So the India's commitment to the MDGs was basically human resource support. So whereas other countries will fund the infrastructure and things like that. So part of that drive, I went for 2 years stay in Ethiopia, in Avasa, and then I had an opportunity of working in developing the BBA program there. That was my first international experience, and I don't wanted to continue because kids were finding difficult. They were very young at that time, so we came back and then continued to serve in VIT. Immediately after coming back from there, I got another fellowship from Rotary Foundation. Part of that, it's called as a group study exchange program, which is a fellowship given to non-Rotarians who are basically professionals from different walks of life. So probably around 3,000 plus applicants were there in Rotary District 3230, which comprises of Chennai, Chengalpat, and then Kanchi, and then Vellore. These 4 districts are part of that Rotary District 3230. I had an opportunity of being there in Yorkshire, and it was almost like a 3 months stay in Yorkshire and various other places in UK. So I had an opportunity of addressing the students at Queen Elizabeth Grammar School, the first grammar school, the true grammar school in the world. And I could able to address the K16, K12 students. Basically, that is your intermediate in India or +2 in India. So those students, I addressed on that is where I started my PhD work in the e-commerce. So I addressed on the opportunities and challenges in the e-commerce area. And when I finished my talk, many people said I said I never studied in English. I studied in Telugu medium, which is my mother tongue. The students are the Queen Elizabeth Grammar School students, the Brits, and they were surprised to see that somebody who never studied English could able to speak so well and address and keep them attention for 45 minutes. In fact, normally it's around 50-20 minutes. I think they don't have the patience levels to listen more than that. Now I addressed more than 45 minutes, and it went on well. And then I had an opportunity of addressing in various professional meetings. That's how the exchange program is all about. So people with different backgrounds, go there and talk to the society about how. When I had in one of the meetings, I said about how competitive India the education system is. Like IIT, JEE, 3 to 4 lakhs people will write around 4,000 seats. I'm talking about 1999. That is the time when we have very few IITs, not like today. So when I said 3 lakhs for 3,000 people, 3,000 seats, they were surprised, because that's the kind of demand and the way in which we get into. And when I said about IIM Ahmedabad 99.99 your percentile to get in, they said how somebody can get 100. I said 90% of the class will be like 100% in the IIM Ahmedabad. That's how the shortlisting of that institution is. That's the reason why they are among the top few institutions in the world. So I spent some time there in 3 months, and then I came back. And I worked in placement in VIT for 10 years. The current director, Dr. Samuel Rajkumar, is my colleague. He was taking care of engineering. I was taking care of MCA and MBA placement. I never left my teaching. I was doing both the jobs. So 10 years down the line, and I moved into another responsibility as the director for the library in VIT. When I say director for library, it is learning resources, what we call. We are talking about a library which is around 350,000 ebooks and 250,000 books in a G+7 floors, centrally air-conditioned building. And when the opportunity was given, it was only for Vellore. But then it was converted into 4 campuses: Vellore, Chennai, Bhopal, and Amravati. Because I said, we don't have to do everything from scratch in all the 4 campuses. And thanks to the support of the management, I could be able to implement a lot of technology solutions. To name few, the access of resources, online platform much before the pandemic. So we pushed it, were able to push close to 17,000 plus e-journals on this platform. So we took the help of some of our alumni friends from IIM Ahmedabad. They were there with this kind of solution, and they implemented in IIM Ahmedabad, and we were the first institution from private sector to implement that. So we got that, and similar fashion, we got another solution called as Resurgence, which is basically a platform where we can get to know about the H-index and the faculty work, the research work and things like who are the collaborators, what is their various kinds of parameters that we look into. So one of our alumni, MBA alumni, did this particular product after working for Thomson Reuters. He came to me, and as a director, my responsibility was to not only look at the product, but also I felt like this is very important for VIT, such a big institution. Because when we ask faculty to share their publications, most of the time they hesitate. I don't know the reason why, but they say, okay, why should I share the publication details and things like that. So that's always a problem. But now with this solution, what happens is we don't require anybody's support, because we know the affiliation of the candidate. So from that, it will suck from the global publishing sources. And then the third solution that I implemented was, as a director for libraries, procurement of ebooks. We started going from the conventional database subscription to perpetual mode of access. So we started buying few thousands of books. It took almost like a year, because these books are, once we buy in perpetual mode, what happens is you have 100% access to that. All the 4 campuses can access. That's how we build this solution. And the most challenging part was to go with the line of our management in VIT, moving away from the Lipsys, which is the industry standard solution for managing the library resources, to Koha, which is an open source software. So what I did is, we got in touch with the consultant, who could able to deploy this solution for us. And he was also not so confident, because we are talking about a very big organization, very big library facility. So we could able to implement that. We had some teething problems, but then it's worth going through that. The most interesting component of my service as a director was it's being a centrally conditioned library. Most of the time, we had the old tube light, this one, a lighting system. So every alternative day, somewhere or the other, people will come and ask for my approval for changing the tubes and things like that. Then one of the meetings and directors meeting, I said so why don't we go for implementing LED lighting? No, it cost me around 1 crore plus, but with the support of the management, again with the government of India subsidy, we could able to roll out this solution. And we have done this techno-economic analysis, and we implemented that. These are some of the solutions that I brought in, because most of my PhD scholars are IITians, default IITians. They are very senior executives. They live either in the Europe or in the US because of their professional commitment, and they were finding difficulty in accessing to the journal that we subscribe. So that was my first responsibility when I moved in as a director librarian. So I felt like, why don't we? Well, we spend so much, but we are not in a position to give it to somebody who is paying for the access. Unfortunately, we don't have the technology at that time. So I could able to bring that, and today we have moved into a stage where much before the pandemic, we are in technology ready for coming out with operations. In the business school, my responsibility was also I was continuing to play different roles as a professor, as a senior professor. I was taken the responsibility of accreditation of the business school, because as you are aware, most of the schools in VIT are US accredited schools. So we went for something called as ACBSP, which is much more easier when we compare it with any other AACSB or EQUIS or anything. So we went for that, and again, as a policy in VIT, seniors will become the co-champions. The junior will become the champion, as part of the mentoring process. So we did that. One of our junior colleague, at that time, she is right now a associate professor. So she was given the responsibility as the champion, and I took the co-champion role, and we did that. And as part of the process, we realized it's like stretching backward and forward now for getting to AACSB. Because AACSB is for all the programs of the school. When I say school, VIT Business School, it is both at Vellore and Chennai. It's part of the same campus. Chennai campus is our satellite campus, so that also has to be brought in. So when we went for the ACBSP, we realized it's much more easier, because the kind of quality of the resources that we have at our disposal. So parallelly, we did that, and I became a member of the core committee member of the accreditation team at business school, and then we have successfully completed AACSB accredited. We are the 15th in India, and probably less than 5% of the global schools in the world. And as part of our drive, continuous drive, we are going for the EQUIS and the other accreditations called as a triple star. So that's about me. And I'm married. My wife used to work as a teacher, teaching for LKG, and both my kids graduated this year from VIT. My elder son finished his MTech in software engineering. It's an integrated program. BTech and MTech together. And my younger son finished his BTech in ECE. Both are placed. Elder one placed with Philips in data science area. The younger one placed with Amazon in operations area, support services. And I also had a DAT fellowship from Germany. Part of that, I was in University of Cologne, which is one of the oldest universities in the world. And I taught as a full professor there for 6 months. 3 courses I offered, one for the university level, one for the business school, one for the research scholars. Basically, my mentor, my host actually asked me, Murli, can you design a course for higher education, comparing the European standards and Indian standards. So I designed a course and offered for a doctoral students. Close to 4 people worked with me in that area. This is about me, and traveled widely, almost like 25 countries, taught in 4 continents. We had very good relation with the schools in the US and Europe and across the world. That's about me. And there are around 4 people completed their PhD under my guidance, mostly in the IT applications. One more guy is about to finish his thesis, and then 2 more are in different stages of their coursework or data collection. That's about me, and I'm ready to take this.
Yes, Murli Manohar, it's a wonderful journey. It's not a thing, half an hour, 1 hour lesson. It's like that entire your life experiences. It's a fantastic, and I hope the entire information will be useful to many people also. Yeah. So you might be so much happy, right? Because you are connecting with a new talent regularly with the most because VIT is a place where all intellectuals will be there. It can be like a faculty point of view. It can be like the students' point of view. So how is your experience in dealing with those different talents? So at the initial day, for example, you start 1994 when you joined at that time, how is the students and all? And if you compare the recent, maybe 4 years back, how the trend is there? I mean, can you just correlate and how in students' perspective, can you just speak few things about that?
Yeah. In 94, when I joined, I was barely 25 years old, In fact, when I went there with formal wear, with the tie and suit, many thought that I am also a part of the class. But I went and sat on the opposite side as a faculty. So some of them are actually 1 or 2 years older than me. They were coming with 2-3 years, 5 years of experience in the industry. And that was one interesting part. And they all joined because that was the first year. We were under the Madras University as affiliated college. But the afternoon, what I did is I did a small aptitude test. One of our vice president, Dr. Shekhar Vishwanathan, who just came back from the US after working in Walmart in the Walmart technology, and I told him Shekhar, can we do this aptitude test, because no afternoon we don't have any other work, because in the morning we had the introduction and all. Then he said, fine, go ahead. I did that, and next year he said Murli, can we do this for MBA and MCA? Because that was the first batch of 94, both the programs started. So next year, what we did is we rolled out this examination for both at Vellore as well as in Hyderabad, because that was one of our fertile lands for the attracting the students. Then that's how we built this entrance examination in VIT. So I was one of the pioneers in bringing this concept of entrance. Today, close to 200,000 students write VIT entrance engineering entrance examination, popularly known as VITI, and equivalent to IIT JEE. We can't say exactly 100% IIT JEE, because our objective is not to make sure that we only get extremely tough and high ranked students. We also have an interest of getting even average, and so we can't create a exact database similar to the same standards. Let's assume in IIT JEE around 9 out of 10 may be tough. In VIT we have around 7 or 6 tough. So, but still kids can solve that, because they're all trained professionally in Byju's and Akash or whatever, Narayana and Chaitanya in our part of the country. So they can do that. And so today the young generation of students who get inside VIT, they are demanding in nature, because they are one of the best in the country. As you can understand, around 150,000, 200,000 students writing for close to 10,000 now, 12,000 students in 4 campuses. So my responsibility is not only conducting entrance examination. We have rolled out from physical to digital now, much before the pandemic again. And I was also playing an important role as part of the business school professor to promote the engineering programs and other programs of the university across the country and across the globe. We have rolled out this examination in Singapore, Dubai, many other parts of the world, if not in the US, but other parts of the world where we have done this. I can say the students are very, very challenging today when they get inside the campus. So one best thing that I learned, from day one of my experience in VITs, if there is something in the book, you are trying to teach the same thing or trying to do the same thing, students cannot, digest today. So what you have to do is, you have to be an extempore talker, should be able to relate what is happening in the industry. It can be any subject. All my subjects are IT, but I never go into technology. I just make them understand about why should they need to do this. I will say, like, there are engineers like you guys, who will come and do the coding for me. I don't have to worry about it. Now I will only understand about why technology has to be brought in. That's exactly what I could see. And another beauty thing in VIT, as I was part of the placement team which set up this whole system, I can proudly say that VIT students in VIT, one of the positive things is they get multiple offers. Both my kids got around 4 to 5 offers, and being a super dream offer, they got into this Amazon and Philips. The same is the case with many students in VIT. So input is very, very challenging. Hundreds and thousands of students get in, and the processes is also very, very tough. If I need to tell you truly, if I apply today in VIT, my application may not be processed as a faculty.
That's true.
Okay.
I understand because the process should be like that.
Yeah, processes have improved phenomenally. Today each one of us are come with minimum of NIT and IIT, IIM background, and global experience. Each one of us have these experience in industry and academics, blended kind of experiences. And then the output is also very good because the process is good, so the students could able to get huge number of offers, both in engineering, management, and other programs that is offered in VIT. I hope I could able to answer.
Yes, it's clear. Okay. So when compared with the existing, for example, IIMs like that, how you can correlate the VIT business school, the management studies and all. So how is the credibility? I mean, how you can rank with respect to that in terms of placements or other overall development of the people who were enrolled for these business school programs?
Unfortunately, what happens is whenever there is a business school in a technology institution, you can go to even in IIT Bombay, the engineering schools are given priority over the management. That's a practice across.
That's true.
So we are under the umbrella of Vellore Institute of Technology. We are known for technology. So business school has become a second bit. Okay? That's a fact.
Okay.
The management supports us, and that's the reason why we could able to be among the 15 schools in the country out of 4,000 plus business schools in the country to get ACBSP as well as AACSB. Okay. And AACSB accreditation, we got it in probably end-to-end process is less than 3 years, which is the fastest in the world. From the application to till we complete our final evaluation, the peer team visit. So we could able to do because we are mentally prepared, and we are having technology study. And one great experience I can share with you is like this visit happened virtually. Even for AACSB, it is a new experience. So what we have done is we built a microsite, putting all the documents, hundreds and tons of documents from the history to till today. When you say VIT Business School, they will ask you what is your parent is like. So you need to talk about Vellore Institute of Technology, the ethos of that. So unfortunately, what happened is in our self-study report, SCR, what we call it as. We have SSR. So there we have a limitation of 100 pages. So there are a lot of issues positives which we could not able to present. So we had this interaction, and each standard we had some standard bearers and things like. Out of 15 standards, 14 standards we could able to present, because one standard we don't have an executive MBA program, either at Vellore or Chennai. So if you compare with IIMs, this is one of the missing factors. Whether it is the youngest IIM or the oldest IIM, Ahmedabad, my alma mater, or Bangalore, they are very, very strong in conducting executive programs, EXPs or MDPs and things like, which is a negative point in VIT, VIT Business School.
Okay.
Because we never made effort in that, or we could not able to get that, because we are neither in Chennai nor in Bangalore. We are in between both these major metro cities. So that was one disadvantage for us. But otherwise, I think we are on par with WCSB cannot be given just like that. So as I said, like we also get a few thousands of applications for this 180 seats for MBA program, 120 at Vellore and 60 at Chennai. And it's a good program. I can't say like the placements are also like IIM Ahmedabad or Bangalore, because the input is different. We don't get 99.99 CG percentiles CAT students in our campus. So obviously we are among the top 150 schools in the country. I can say that.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you have a work like a placement coordinator placements, right, for VIT. Is it for entire technology or only for MBA and these related students?
MBA only. MBA MCA initially, and then only MBA. It was from 2005 to 15 I did that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. The current director was taking care of the engineering side.
Okay. So generally, what are the different companies? Generally, VIT, these business school students will get opportunities, job opportunities. Generally, what are the different companies? Can you just name a few companies, and what will be the role of those students after completing MBA, and what they will do in those companies? Just in general way.
We get companies from different sectors, like close to 100 companies come for the business school.
Okay.
More than 750 plus companies come for the engineering, altogether. So placement is one unit for all the 4 campuses. So we cannot differentiate as such. So we get consulting companies like Deloitte and all IT consulting companies. And similar fashion, we get all banking, insurance, financial services, BIFS sector. Like we get public sector companies, banks, both public sector as well as private sector and foreign banks. So a lot of our alumni work in these banks. One of our alumni works in the Reserve Bank of India in a very senior position now. He comes from a very poor background in Vellore, and currently he is located in Bombay, the headquarters in RBI. Similar fashion, there are a lot of students work in consulting industry. Starting from PricewaterhouseCoopers to many companies you can name, they are there across the country, across the world. And we also have manufacturing. There are a lot of students working in Hyundai, Toyota, many of these companies. So automobiles and electronics, Samsung and all. So we get more than 100 companies, and the average is close to 7 lakhs now, and the fee is around 7.5 lakhs. So we are not in the same bracket like IIMs. They charge you 28 lakhs, and the average is also 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, based on the IIM we are talking about. That's why it said like we are among the top 50 in the country with this kind of background. And the students are doing good, and many of the students who study with me, do their research with me, they get into a position called as business analyst in the most of the IT companies. Half of the class is engineers in VIT Business School. Close to 50% of them are engineers, and then they are with a couple of years of experience. They were into coding and things like and then they change into the analyst position, and then continue to grow in various positions over a period of time. I know some of our alumni working in SAP, Ramco, in very senior positions.
Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. I also had visited VIT Vellore campus along with my friend a couple of times. It's a wonderful experience. It's like a different world when we compare with the outside. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's world class
Uh,
facilities and all. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Starting from your accommodation, everything is taken care. No, it's all very, very done professionally.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's
yes,
how
yes.
we build the whole system. The guest house and other things.
Yeah, yeah.
One important thing that I just want to share. I had a responsibility of being the convener of the a tech fest at, sports and cultural fest called as Rivera
Mm.
during 2008, 9, and 10, and 3 years. Normally, these are the equal to a director position. 3 years I did, and it was one of the silver jubilee year of the VIT 2010. So it was a very great opportunity for me to showcase my talent in planning, executing everything.
Yeah.
It's 100% students driven program, which is equal to IIT Sarang or anything, if you are familiar with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Similar
understand.
fashion, I was also the advisor to the first tech fest called as Gravitas. Previously every school used to do their tech fest, but then we combined everything together. Based on my work performance, the management has asked me to advise and train the next generation of the faculty to lead the responsibility. So we do wonderful opportunity. In VIT we create that sort of environment where you can see the campus life. Starting from classes start at 8, so people will be there in the class by 7:50, and most of us senior people we do in the morning, because so that we can finish our classwork and then come back and get into our other responsibilities of the university.
Yeah, yeah.
And the classes go up to 8 o'clock because we follow this fully flexible credit system. Today in Vellore campus alone, we have around 35-40,000 students in the campus.
Wow.
It's a mini township, where hundreds and thousands of students, come out of, it's like a big mall kind of environment.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So can you say a few things about the founder who started the VIT, and how we just a few things about in simple. Yeah.
Yeah, our chancellor, who is the founder of VIT, is known as Dr. G. Vishwanathan. He is an IPS select for Assam cadre. Age of 25, I think. He was lured by the then Chief Minister Annadurai, saying to him that, okay, why don't you join politics? He was about to go and join as a IPS officer in Assam cadre. That's what I understand. Okay. And then the parents and in-laws here in Vellore for Chancellor said, no, don't do this. Politics is not interesting, not good. And then Annadurai, the Chief Minister at that time, called him and said, like, if you get into IPS, maximum you can become an IG of a state. Beyond that you can't do anything. But if you become a member of parliament or a minister, everybody else will be working under you. So he has motivated him to move there. So at the age of 25, he became a member of parliament for the first time from Dindivanam constituency. Okay. And then because of his oratory skills, both in English and in Tamil, he could able to convince, impress various members of parliament in the country. And he's a contemporary to L.K. Advani, Somnath Chatterjee, Vajpayee, and other people. Most of that he's very, very close associates of him. He's out of politics. He was a member of parliament for 3 terms, and then he was a minister in Tamil Nadu. He was a MLA for 4 terms or something. When I joined, actually, he was a minister in Tamil Nadu. I was not sure about. I was not even familiar anything with Vellore or ministry here. When I came in, he was in his official attire of the Tamil attire of lungi and white shirt and white dhoti. I was surprised. Who is this man? Who is there in the interview board? But the way he spoke to me and he asked the questions, it was very interesting. And then I came to know that he's what he is. And over a period of time, he moved out of politics. He now maintains good relations with everybody, irrespective of who is in power. And and he provides a lot of value to the society, because if you know about Vellore, Vellore is known only for CMC, and today VIT is one among those top institutions in the world. Not just in India. Much before the world, the government of India said about IOE and global rankings, we were prepared. As you are aware, we are among the Asia's 200 institutions as per the QS ranking. We are among the 700 ranked institution, or 700 to 800 ranked institution in the world, both the THA ranking and QS ranking. So much before the government of India has given this tag to VIT as institution of eminence, we are one among the top 10 in the private sector, 10 in the government sector. They are given this tag called as institution of eminence or the autonomous status. We were much ahead of that. And we are also got all these accreditations like IET, ABET for engineering, ACBSP, AACSB for business school. All these because the chancellor's vision towards creating a world-class educational facility at one place. When I joined in 94, it was a barren land. Nothing was there. I have seen 99.9% of the campus coming before the beautiful lake, the clean and green campus. Not only he takes care of the life at VIT, but also at the society. He planted. He is instrumental in planting more than 100,000 trees in Vellore. It's not just planting trees, but also safeguarding that, giving water for that, making sure that, and he has done the dredging of the river. So both, not only Chancellor, his children who are called as vice presidents, they are also with the same, the drive. So each one of them are committed towards making this institution to be a world-class institution.
Yeah.
And, from the rankings, we can understand why VIT is so popular across the country or across the world today.
That's true. Okay. So VIT has some other 3 branches, right? Chennai and Bhopal and Amravati. So how we can relate the main branch with other branches? Is there any differences will be there, or how we the management and everything treats like a same entity, or how we can relate with respect to where they can lag or they differ and compared to the VIT main campus?
Vellore started in 84 in fact, and we have started Chennai campus somewhere after 2001, after becoming a university. So it's almost like 12-15 years old institution now. Vellore and Chennai are one unit.
Okay.
As per the law, as a university, deemed university, we cannot go beyond our state. So the Vellore campus is the main campus, and Chennai campus is a satellite campus.
Okay.
So that's how they are related. And in the beginning, things were not so comfortable in Chennai because Chennai is already with 40 plus, 50 plus institutions, IIT and other things. So it took almost like 10 years for them to stabilize. And today VIT Chennai is as good as in terms of infrastructure, faculty, and faculty are completely independent. They have their own faculty. We have our own faculty. It's like a mirror image. Vellore, whatever we adapt, the same thing is adapted. So we have a dean academics here. There is a dean academics there. We have a chancellor, a vice chancellor here. There is a pro vice chancellor there. So that's how the whole system is. It's 100% mirror image. It took almost like 15 years for them to be known as one of the best institutions in Chennai. Okay.
Yeah.
When we compare with the Amravati and Bhopal, which is just 5 years old institutions, they are registered as state private universities because we have a limitation of not going beyond state. And due to the government of India's policy, as well as each state has now promulgated this law of allowing private sector to set up private universities. So Amravati campus came in when the chief minister then at that time, Chandrababu Naidu, wanted big institutions like VIT, Amrita, SRM, everybody to be there in Amravati. So we have started our campus. Today, we have almost like a very good infrastructure there. It's again exactly like Vellore campus, but cannot be equal to a 35 years old campus, obviously. So good infrastructure, and the faculty are independent again. They follow a completely, but the basic concept will remain the same. Okay. The admission will be common, placements are common. Okay, but the academics are different because they are a different institution. So technically, Amravati and Bhopal is independent institutions, even though under the same umbrella of VIT.
Okay. Okay. For
And,
placements, both may be same, right?
Yeah, placements are also same. If you have seen in Bhopal as well as in Amravati, you might have seen the first batch is already graduated. They got multiple offers. Second batch is already placements are happening. So in the third year, fourth year itself, we have the placements happening for the students, multiple offers and things like that. So there is no difference technically speaking. So it's all the same, but officially Bhopal and Amravati are independent institutions. So some things which we do commonly, like admissions is common, placement is common, library resources are common, because now we are going for digital. They will have physical library, we also have a physical library, but resources are like journals and all, we don't have to buy again and again. So like all IITs are now sharing the resources. That's the beauty of the technology adoption in learning space. Yeah. And then the examination, the other activities like international relations is also common. So that's why now we are called as directors of university, functional directors. Okay, so I was one of the functional director of the university.
Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. And what is the strength in other campuses? Generally, total strength.
I think it's almost like 50,000 plus students in 4 campuses. Vellore is around 30,000 plus, 35,000. I think currently it's around 40,000.
Okay.
And then in Amravati, Chennai, it will be close to 10,000. I'm talking about all the 4 years and all the PG programs and the doctoral students. And then maybe Amravati and Bhopal will be another 4,000 to 5,000 students each. So it's almost like 60,000 students kind of thing.
Yeah.
4 campuses, 60,000.
Wonderful.
I'm not sure about exact numbers, but
it's okay. Yeah. So if any, so we are just running out of time, just to respect our time also. Just to conclude our today's session, for example, if any maybe engineering graduate, engineering student or any MBA student for pursuing is a dream education in VIT. So what you will suggest to them? Who are eligible for joining here, and can you just give your suggestion to them for joiners?
Yeah. First thing is, there is no management quota here. All the admissions are through the entrance examination. Okay. So the first thing is, people believe that, okay, VIT, I can pay money and get in. That's a wrong impression.
Okay.
So everybody has to go through this entrance exam. For MBA, we have this CAT, MAT, ZAT, or any of the common entrance. And then we, normalize the scores, because CAT score of 60 may be equal to a 90 score in MAT, or maybe some other exams that it may be around 70 plus. So we normalize the scores, and then we do this group discussion and interviews. Currently, in the last 2 years, we are not done the group discussion because we are doing things virtually due to the pandemic. Otherwise, we have this aptitude test where we conduct basically the English writing skills kind of thing, proficiency in English. Yeah. And then we also do the interview. The same thing happens for engineering. After their entrance examination, they will be called for the counseling. The counseling is a very, very transparent system, like many of the IITs, the same platform kind of thing, but built by VIT. All our software is built by the VITians. We have a software development center. There is a director software development center, and you may be surprised to see our end-to-end solutions are built by our own people. 100% automation in the complete process. So whether it is library, whether it is accounts, whether it is hostel accommodation, everything is automated. Booking your guest house facility. It's a beautiful ERP solution running across all the campuses today, and academic platform. Our learning resources are completely automated. So we are in tune with the technology or the trend of the industry.
Okay. And
the students can be assured of with the greatness in VIT campus, or any campus for that matter. We get students from across the country, and we also have students from 50 plus countries. So you will have students, your friends from other batches. The second interesting component in VIT is we have this fully flexible credit system where every student in engineering need to do 12 credits from management and humanities. So they can do from School of Social Science or maybe VIT Business School. So 12 credits means 3 courses minimum. And we also have over and above, we have university electives, which are basically offered by business school and social science, basically psychology, psychology for engineers, law for engineers, those kind of courses. And we also have something called as lean startup, which makes people to understand how to set up a business, which is not a conventional entrepreneurship program.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have these kinds of courses where the students will get exposed to the skill set of different faculty from other schools, and they have this option of learning languages, which may not be there in many other institutions. We offer around 9 to 10 different languages. Native professionals from those countries, like French is taught by French national, German, and English, Spanish, those kinds of things. And every student in VIT, whether you are a undergraduate, graduate, or a doctoral student, need to do something called as English proficiency test. If you don't clear that test, you are not allowed to continue to do your course unless and until you do these bridge courses and things like that. So that's compulsory, mandatory for every one of us, including the faculty now. That's why I said, if I have to go through today, maybe I may flunkate that exam or maybe some other place.
Yeah.
That's how today VIT is. It's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
True to its motto of a place to learn and a chance to grow. My experience in VIT gives real confidence that I have grown along with VIT. Each one of us, including my children, have the same thing. My children studied in this campus, and they have also grown. The same I have seen with probably around 27 years, close to few thousands of alumni across the world. Whenever I travel the world now, all over the world, all the senior executives, we have the responsibility of meeting our alumni. So when I meet, go to Singapore, Malaysia, Dubai, or in the US, in the Europe, we communicate in our portal saying that, so and so is visiting. It's not just the chancellor and the vice presidents, including senior faculty like me. We can communicate, and we meet for a small high tea or get together. Need not be again only alumni from business school, but alumni from engineering, other streams also will come, because they also want to know about what is happening in VIT. So what we do is we start with our promo video of VIT currently, how it is, and then we'll say I can share with you a lot of our alumni's children. Now it happened with me now. My first batch MBA students' daughter is studying now MBA.
Wow.
And my second batch student's wife has studied PhD under my guidance. That's the only PhD I did in the marketing area. Otherwise, all in IT area. So we have generations of students coming to us, and we maintain that wonderful relation with. And we do every year this alumni meets across the world. Our senior executives from VIT visit them, and we also conduct a lot of international conferences. Not just international. We are seeing in the US and in the Cambridge campus and things like so we are doing conferences in the outside the country, so that we build that brand image for the institution, and also involve get the rest of the world to know about what we are and how we are.
Wonderful Murali Mohan. So today, lot of information about VIT. I think this much information may not be available anywhere on online portal also. Very nice. Thank you. Thanks for sharing all your experiences and your personal life as well as the professional life with the VIT. It's a wonderful journey. I hope the discussion will be useful for many students who are aspiring to their career in the VIT and others also. Thank you. Thanks for joining today. And this is not the end, I can say. This is just a start for our combination. We are going to do small topics also. It can be like financial topics, or being the first session, I kept most general discussion. In the next sessions, I will plan small topics. We will discuss a lot about these business schools and different topics. Thank you. Thanks, dear. We will meet in other video. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments or anything, then do comment in the comment section, and please subscribe to this channel so that whenever I'm uploading videos, you will get notifications. You can simply click and watch it. And if you want to be a guest on this channel, then do connect with me so that we can have better collaboration and we can inspire many more people. And thank you, friends. Thank you. Keep Keep watch our all videos on different social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, and other media. Thank you. We will meet in other video. Bye.